Okay, Miranda, you ready? All right, council, we ready?
Sorry, yes.
Now we're ready. Welcome, everyone. We are going to call to order our work session for tonight, Tuesday, January 9th. For our work session, we are going to be having an America 250 update. We're going to start things off with Tyson Beck, and then I think we'll probably have some additional updates provided by our fabulous co-chairs, as well as myself and Councilwoman Child on some of the things that are coming up. So Tyson, you want to take it away?
Yeah, thank you, Mayor, and members of the council. Happy to talk briefly about the city resources that are being utilized for America 250. I'm proud to be one of the members of the executive committee on the America 250, and it truly has been a privilege to see all the efforts that have gone into these celebrations, activities, education opportunities. It really has been a privilege, and happy to talk briefly about the city side, and then I would love to turn it back to the mayor and Councilwoman Child, and then Rhonda and Jamie for their updates on the various activities of the committees. So from a city standpoint, wanted to briefly update the council on city resources that are being utilized. So the city has agreed to about a budget of between about a $10,000 to $15,000 range of city funds that are going to be utilized. We met as an executive committee and went through the budget and broke that out by various categories. Happy to discuss those, but the kind of high level is some of the most costly items are the banners on Main Street that you're able to see already that are up and posted on our light posts, and we'll be doing also five additional banners, 4 here on City Hall and then 1 over on Town Square. And so that's eating up a good chunk of that budget that I had talked about, but there are various other activities and areas that we were spending that on. Some of the city infrastructure that's being utilized are the parks for displays of activities, for the actual events and activities themselves. So city parks are being utilized for these events. And then there is some staff time that's being utilized for the bike parade, specifically our police department, to help make sure that the road closures are flowing properly. There'll be some additional staff time from the streets department to help out with garbage cans for the July 4th event. And then obviously the pickup of that trash, and our parks department is helping set up trash cans and various park and pavilion preparations before those big events. So those are the main city resources that are being utilized at the moment. We do have some amazing help from Sophia Ward, who's been doing a lot of our communications, both through the website and social media. So she's been spending some time doing that. I've been spending some time on these projects as well. So that's kind of a high level of city resources that are being utilized. Happy to answer any specific details about that, but I would love to turn it back to other committee members to talk about the events themselves.
Thank you, Tyson. We've taken the small but mighty city budget, and I think we've done a great job of leveraging it with some fabulous volunteer efforts. And so I'd love to hear from both Jamie Dester and Rhonda Perks, who are our Bountiful 250 co-chairs who accepted this assignment and have really run with it. We've managed to take a mighty little group of volunteers and turn this into many different events and donations, and some of it has involved a lot of different time and talents from both Jamie and Rhonda. Rhonda has, I think, learned a laminating and sign making talent she didn't know she needed to possess, but has now made happen.
Mastered it.
Jamie has been keeping us up to date with calendaring lists and cross-checking to make sure we haven't missed things. And there's a lot of great things that we have coming up. I know the council's aware of many of them, but I'd love to turn some time over to the two of you if you want to maybe cover the big week of events, and then Councilmember Child and I can fill in with some of the other events that we know of that are coming up.
All right, thank you, Mayor. Okay, we have just put together a really amazing committee. Really quick, I just want to talk about a few of those people and what they've done. First of all, thank you so much to Tyson. He's been really delightful to work with and has shown up here on a Friday when I've needed him and always answered every question I've had. Sophia, yes, has been so kind to work with us on trying to make sure we're organized on the website. Everything that we have planned is on the city website. I am hearing from people that it's not super easy to find. So I don't know totally how to solve that problem, but it is a little bit, we are feeling that it's a tiny bit buried on the city website. So something for you to think about. So Cecily Price-Hewish has been in charge of the health and wellness portion. She has been absolutely remarkable on putting together a little contest for anyone in the city really that wants to kind of collect points, and that has a lot of moving parts, and so I'm trying to also get some ideas on how to get the information out on that. I'm not as worried about that as I am some of our big events that's going to be happening over the week of the 4th, because we do have the full, we have really, they want to wrap that up on Labor Day. So we have through September to do that challenge that the Education Committee, the Health and Wellness Committee has put together. It's Red, White, and Move. There's like 100 different things you can do. We do have a couple of really nice prizes for that, and we want to be able to get the word out on that.
I want to mention the prizes because they're kind of cool, and I know this was another one of ways in which our volunteers have leveraged their own personal connections to come up with some cool prizes.
I did get 3 beautiful $300 blankets from Minky Couture that are American flag blankets with a patch that says America 250 on them. They are beautiful. They're sold out. You can't get them right now. So I have given, that will be one of the prizes for the Red, White, Move. We are going to try to give one out at the senior concert on the 30th to one of our seniors, probably for a bingo prize. And then we will be using one for the Education Committee that's having a little book reading contest. This is on the website as well, a list of books that we have curated about America. They're all appropriate. Everything on there is listed in terms of, is this, an adult reading level? Is this a, 8-year-old reading level? Everything is on there. And if they read 10 age-appropriate books, they can put their name in for this blanket. So that's a couple of the things we've done. We sort of had an inaugural event during the chalk art, which we set up the mini museum. I hope most of you had an opportunity to come and see that. Susie Becker is in charge of our education committee. It was amazing. It was really amazing. And Heather at Strategic Planning loaned us her building. We just sort of took it over for 2 days. We left the door open for 2 days. I don't know what her electricity bill is going to be, but they're probably going to be a little surprised by that. It was amazing, and we just shuffled people in from chalk art. So we had a great turnout there. And I was really happy to have that sort of be successful, because our hike that we had the next night, Saturday night, nobody came to, and we had a great hike guide lined up. But I showed up and I said to him, well, I'm happy to go hiking with you. How long's the hike? And he said 6 miles. I said, I'm out. I'm out for tonight. I sat in the sun all day and shoveled people into the mini museum, and he said, that's okay. I'll just go hiking by myself. So again, we are struggling a little bit to get the word out on some of this stuff, because the Health and Wellness Committee really, they've got so many parts and pieces to this. But I do think if we could get the word out, we could get people there. Quinn Boardman's been helping us. He's designed signs. He designed those banners on Main Street. The signs, we have sent some to print. They will be here probably by the end of this week, and then you will see those. We're gonna be hanging those out around town and putting them up in various places. They're kind of like, campaign signs, but they're not campaign signs. They're signs that are advertising what we're doing. Over the 4th, Mitch Perkins has helped us with the celebrations that are going to be happening. So 4 big events. The 30th of June of this month, June's getting away from us, but the 30th of June, 9 a.m., we're going to be having a concert for seniors, so for 55 plus at Bountiful City Park. We're going to have someone there doing like gentle Tai Chi. We're going to have bingo. It's going to be really a fun morning, and the reason we're doing it early is we don't want to cook our seniors on July 30th. So we are doing it from 9 to 11 that day. And then fast forward a couple of days, July 2nd, we will be doing a kids bike parade during the farmers market. We're going to stage the kids at the parking lot there on 2nd North and Main. They will be riding around on First East and then ending at the town square on the south side of town square. So we have a great lineup for that day. Nate Leishman is going to come and have music in his truck. He's going to kind of lead out. We've got some of the mountain bike teams from the high schools that are going to come and like do wheelies and do some tricks. And we're really crossing our fingers for a celebrity judge. It might be you, Mayor Bradshaw, the celebrity judge, but or a $40 million NBA player by the name of Sam Merrill. We don't know. Could be, maybe not, maybe so. We're a maybe on that. And then the kids will be decorating. We'll have some prizes. The kids will be decorating their bikes ahead of time, so we want them to bring their bikes decorated. Cecily made some of our signs yesterday. She put one down at the park. She put one down on Main Street. I need to go switch out the 4th of July signs for bike parade signs. And I am gonna let, that's kind of my update. So really, that's what we're doing. Oh, the veterans, I wanted to mention Wednesday nights, the veterans are here with a little Declaration of Independence message. So if any youth groups wanna come, the last 2 weeks they've done it, nobody's come, but they're gonna do it every Wednesday night. So anybody that has a youth group that would like to come and experience the Veterans Park and have a little message by our veterans, and it's so great, I would love to get the word out on that. I think, is Ron here? He's here. So those gentlemen are just fantastic. So yes, I'm just gonna end with my ask that we, put our thinking caps on making sure we get the word out for some of these events. The mayor has gotten a whole bunch of food donated for our 4th of July picnic, but people in Bountiful, a lot of them leave town on the 4th because we typically don't celebrate, but the people that are here, I really want them to know about it because we're not super tuned into the 4th of July celebration in Bountiful because we typically wait till the 24th to do all of our celebrations. So that is it for me. Jamie's going to talk a little bit about our service project and anything that he thinks I've forgotten.
Rhonda mentioned most of our subcommittee chairs in one of her comments or others, but I just want to let you know we have 5 subcommittee chairs. They're wonderful. They've been working like crazy. Mitch Perkins is on the celebration subcommittee planning the big events. Susie Becker, she mentioned, is chairing the education subcommittee, and again doing tremendous things, putting together book lists and all kinds of things. Cecily Price-Hewish heads up the health and wellness subcommittee and has put together this entire program that Rhonda referred to. Brian Potts chairing the service subcommittee, and then Quincy Boardman on communications. So those are just in a nutshell the 5 subcommittees that we have, and they have regular Thursday evening calls to kind of coordinate things. Just a quick idea on one thing that I have hoped we could do is maybe take some of the things that we usually do in Bountiful and put an America 250 spin on them. So our Memorial Day program here in the Veterans Park I thought was fantastic. And there was a lot of America 250 sort of spirit there. The Coats for Kids event that's coming up on Father's Day will similarly have a little bit of an America 250 spin to it. They can't make it entirely that, but I'm happy that they're doing some things to generally just create momentum for celebrating this amazing 250th anniversary of the birth of our nation on the 4th of July. We have wonderful events planned on the 4th itself. You're probably aware, if you've looked at the city calendar, starting at about 5 o'clock, first 1,000 people at the park will get a free hot dog, chips, drink, and such. There will be a service project going on. We've worked out with the Bountiful Food Pantry to have a pantry pack project with the idea of filling 2,500 pantry packs just by people who happen to be in the park and are wandering by. And that project will be close enough in proximity to where the hot dogs are that we're hoping that people will wander by and fill, some pantry packs. Then, of course, the kids' tent with activities and the concert at 7:30 by the Bountiful Philharmonia. So I'm excited about all of these things. And let's see. On the service side, we've set a goal of having donated 250 pints of blood. So there have been already several blood drives, and there are yet several blood drives coming in the year, sponsored by the Bountiful Service Council, the first one, and then one by the Jeep Posse that's coming up, a couple of them by St. Olaf's, and there's some other organizations that are having blood drives that are tied into this goal. I think we will see how much of a spin we can put on the 9/11 Day of Service and Remembrance, but all of these events that are planned through the rest of the year, I think we'll try and tie into this celebration of our nation's birth. And I think, and if any of you would like to donate, you can make a donation by writing a check to Bountiful City in whatever amount you feel inclined to, and just write on the 4-line America 250 events. And there have been great donations, though. Mayor, you referred to some donations. There have been some significant donations in kind. Maybe you can speak to that, because you had a hand in a lot of those. But are there any questions for Rhonda or me?
Sure, I'll just mention the food donations that we have are coming from Smith's, from Associated Food Stores via Dick's Market and Bimbo Bakeries, and the Frito-Lay for the chips. And I believe we have a Creamies donation as well. So I think one of the things I would ask and share, council, and then we can open up to any questions you might have, is we have a group that has been doing just wonderful work to put together these events to allow us to flex from events that we are already doing as a community, both in service, in the outdoors, in celebrations throughout the summer, and we're trying to allow those groups to cross-pollinate and to use them as opportunities to celebrate our country's birth and founding. But we need help spreading the word. So dust off the social media accounts. Feel free to make a fun and charming video about any of the events, whether it's Red, White, and Move, or Read, White, and Blue, and so that we can help spread the word and help amplify and direct people to the city's calendar. Sophia's graphics are super cute. And so sharing those as often as you can, I think, would really be helpful. So with that, I don't know, Beth, if you have anything you want to add, and then happy to spend a few minutes on any questions.
I do have just one thing to add. So Rhonda and I traded off spending some hours at the Chalk Art Festival at a table that had all of the things, the upcoming events advertised. And two of my favorite quotes from the day, as we would talk to people and send them into the mini museum, this was one. Dude, I love living in this community. There's always cool stuff going on. Appreciated that. And another was somebody who'd moved to Farmington who said, I'm moving back to Bountiful. So those were two of my favorite quotes. But I so appreciate Rhonda and Jamie and Tyson, Mayor. If it takes 10,000 hours to become a professional at something, you're all now professional America 250ers, because I know how many hours have gone into this. So thank you.
Councilmembers, any questions or feedback? I'm seeing nods that all of you are going to engage in a robust social media effort to share these events.
It's my number 2 item.
I can't wait to hear then what number 1 is. Okay,
Website.
okay.
Need to fine-tune that web presence for the events.
I know that it is on Sophia's radar as we go through our website upgrades. I think some pages are sometimes locked as we're doing that migration, but she is on it. Any other questions,
It's just
comments?
a question. I know we're somewhere in between, so how possible is that?
I'm going to look over to Gary on website.
The website, the question just, Richard referred to the website, and my question was how much can we do? Because we have the old, what can we do to get it up front? Is that something we can do with what we have?
Yeah, we'll see what we can do to make it more prominent and easily findable. We can certainly provide more links and maybe make it a little more obvious on the homepage. And so we'll do what we can.
All right. Well, Jamie and Rhonda, thank you so much for for being willing to take this assignment. I hope that you'll continue to take my calls in the future. They won't always be really big assignments that will occupy a year's worth of your life, mostly, I promise. Tyson has put in a tremendous amount of hours. All of the subcommittees have. Beth Childs here has put in also just an enormous amount of hours. And so I'm excited for the big week of events. I'm excited for those events that are taking place throughout, and really pleased with the way so many of our community groups have stepped up to say they can stretch a little bit further. Jeep Posse stretching further with their blood drive. The Veterans Foundation saying, well, we could do a little bit more, something different here as well. And there are so many great mini communities in Bountiful. It's great to see some of them link and share in new ways.
May I ask one quick question?
Yes.
Regarding, and perhaps one of our veterans here who can answer this, the Wednesday night presentations, are those, at what time are those? And if that's
Mr.
when-
Mortensen, it looks like we're asking you to come up. We hardly recognize you because
I know, I almost,
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
I
got
told
a
him,
summer cut.
I ran into a sheep shearer and got a good deal. No, it's every Wednesday night, 6 p.m. until dusk. It's a drop-by. We just have vets there. If somebody comes by, we'll talk to them about what the veterans did to give us our freedom and to maintain our freedom, and then invite them to visit the park. So anytime between 6 and dusk.
thank you. And will that go through the end of
It
July?
goes through the
or
end of September.
End of September. Very good.
Yeah, and if nobody shows up, we have a good time hanging out and just doing our thing.
Thank you for doing that.
Thanks, Ron. Okay, if we have no more questions, we will adjourn our work session and reconvene in a few minutes at 7 o'clock for our council meeting.